Franklin TV Sports presents MIA High School Girls Lacrosse. Today it's the round of 32 from Franklin High as the Panthers, the number 7 team in the state, take on the Wildcats of Weymouth High School, who come to town ranked number 26. Hi neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside Jay Horrigan, our producer, our director today is Meredith Robertson. Well, Jay, these two teams have met before. Franklin defeated Weymouth way back when in the early season, actually April school vacation week at Weymouth. They won 18-10, but it's the new season, the second season. I guess you could kind of throw that game out the window. Both teams are 0-0 here coming in.
Yeah, that game, Pete, almost 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Both these teams are much different than what they were then. Franklin has played tremendously all season, only suffering 2 losses overall, nothing in the always competitive Hockomock League. So should be a good game.
So it'll be Franklin coached by Kristen Igo-Garino, the Boston College grad, and Weymouth coached by Catherine Riley, the Boston College grad. We're all set to tee it up. We know we have one official, Sam Gear. I do not have the name of the other official, the female officiating here today. So we're ready to tip this one off. Franklin in the home white, and it's the maroon and gold-clad Wildcats of Weymouth. Sean Gear, the official, has the ball teed up, and we're underway here in this matinee version. Taking the draw for Franklin was Sophia Sacchetti.
Had a whistle.
And she draws
they're
against
going to redo it.
Lily Crossu is the face-off person for the Wildcats. Yeah, we'll do it again. 4 12-minute periods. Overtime rules will prevail, and the ball is in the air, and Franklin digging for the ball, and they come out with it. Flynn down low, charging through. Blogensteiner shoots and scores. That did not take long. Clara Blogensteiner opens it up at 11:42.
Not at all, Pete. That took, 11 seconds.
18.
Because, the first face-off, they
you're
clicked
right.
off 7
You're right.
seconds.
You're right.
So we went back at refaced at 11:53.
You're right. Blogensteiner, what a career. I say a career. She feels like a veteran, Jay. She's a freshman, and she is just outstanding. So she opens the scoring very early on. And again, Sacchetti and Crossu will be facing off. What a start for Franklin. A cozy crowd on hand here. The matinee. This game is starting at 2 because of a request by Weymouth, because of an event they have tonight on campus. Boys game to follow here from Piscini Stadium. There's a turnover, and here comes Sacchetti. Long strides, going to take it all the way up. He's going to loop it over on the left side for Izzy Cross, and she'll take it behind the net.
Pete, I'm just exhausted watching her run.
Oh, what a great athlete is Sophia Sacchetti. This is Gabe Consigli. She's in front. She goes low, and she gets it through. Gabby Consigli scores. She got it by the freshman goalkeeper, Delaney Robeson, 2-0 Panthers.
Great start for the Panthers. Tough start, obviously, for Weymouth, Pete. It is tough getting off the bus. They got here about 1:30 or so.
Yep.
Doing a little bit of loosening, and that's not an easy ride from Weymouth High School.
No.
That takes a while.
It's true. Of course, both schools would appreciate the early dismissal, right?
Yeah.
Franklin.
It's a tough week, Pete, to have tournament games because of all the graduations and senior week events at all the different schools. So it's tough to fit them in.
Weymouth trying to get control of the ball for the first time, and they do. They draw a foul, and they'll take it upfield. This is Kira Keenan. 68 degrees and very windy here at Piscini Stadium at game time. Probably their best player is Mira Flaherty, number 8, according to Coach Kristen Igo-Garino of the Panthers. In the game that was played earlier, Franklin won 18-10. Kristen said that Weymouth does have some good athletes, and they have some scoring ability. They did put up 10 against the Panthers. That game was in Weymouth on April 24th. So look for them to come alive here, although they've fallen behind early 2-0.
I wonder if this is a concerted effort for them to kind of slow the game down.
Their first long possession. Nowhere to go with it. There's the shot, and Streisman cannot stop it. The score there by Kira Keenan. Well, we mentioned they can score, and there's Keenan doing it. Just got it past Maisie Streisman, and it's 2-1. The score comes at 9:57. That's going to be a huge lift for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you come out in the first minute and a half after making that long trip. You go down 2 goals right away, can be demoralizing. But they were able to regroup there, took a long offensive possession, and was able to score.
So it'll be the draw against Cross Sue. She has a sister. Lily's the draw person here. She's a senior, and she has a sister who is a sophomore, Julia. Both start. And Franklin wins it on the foul. Catherine Riley is the Weymouth coach. She's a graduate of King Philip, so she's familiar with Franklin. And she went to Boston College later than Kristen Igo-Garino went to BC. BC just goes down in the national semifinals at Foxborough not too long ago. Women's team.
Yeah. Another great event over there at Gillette.
Yeah, that was spectacular. Franklin will have a free positional off the 12-meter mark. And this is Erin Peterson. She'll drop it behind the line. 2-1, Franklin on top. Consigli, she has a goal, looking for number 2. She's going to pass it, coming through all the way.
There's going to be a flag there. It looked like Flynn may have gotten hit in the head.
So she's going to have one at the 8-meter arc. She'll have a free start from the 8-meter mark on the left wing. Julia Flynn. She's going to come, she's going to shoot, and she's going to score. Julia Flynn takes advantage of the free start and makes it 3-1 Franklin.
Nice play there by Flynn. Took about 3 or 4 steps in, put the shot down low, and got it by the goalkeeper.
So Franklin comes back after the goal, just about a minute 23 after the Keenan goal, and Flynn becomes the 3rd Franklin scorer to light it up here today. They lead it 3-1.
3-1, and Pete, not even 4 minutes into this match.
I know it. Just a moment, I want to talk about Franklin's last game. What a game that was. When we get a moment, we'll analyze that one. Talk to Coach Garino about it. She was very happy, not with the outcome, but the way her team competed with the number 1 team in the state. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Franklin wins it. There's Flynn. She's just so tremendous on the loose balls. Passes it over. No, it's knocked out of her stick and picked up by a Panther. We're very early on here. Pete Royce and Jay Horrigan, Sicchetti, Blagasteiner. What a career ahead of Clara. Franklin in their set pattern. This is Flynn. Charges through, takes a bump. She's going to have another free positional. See where they put her on this one. Sean Gear with the call. It's going to be at the 12-meter mark, and this time from the right wing. We'll see if she takes it again. I think her last goal came at the 8-meter mark. Here she comes. She's going to pass it. Oh, a beautiful pass, and Consigli, that's a set play.
Yeah, she had her coming right out from behind the net and hit her right in stride, and Sicchetti was able to take a couple of steps and just push it in right underneath the crossbar.
So the second goal of the game for Consigli, and she scores at 7:47. just that play is drawn up in practice. That
Yeah.
is not a game day decision.
No.
And did Julia Flynn administer it beautifully? A great fake on the free positional, and Consigli, who's always stationed back there, came around with a little hook, and she buried it past Robeson. Robeson is a freshman goalkeeper for Weymouth, Delaney Robeson. We'll talk about Weymouth. They're very young. Of their 19 players, only 7 are upperclassmen. They have 9 sophomores and 3 juniors. So they're heavy into inexperience. That bodes well for them in the years ahead, however. This is Sacchetti. She's going to take it. She's going to shoot, and she's going to score again. Score for the first time. Sophia Sacchetti.
Upper left-hand corner there, she was able to just get it right over the stick of the keeper and put it in for the the fifth goal.
17 seconds after the Consigli second goal, Sacchetti gets on the board with her first, and it's 5-1 Franklin. So after giving up 1, they score 3 in a row.
Still not even halfway through the first period.
Amazing. Sacchetti, who scored, will take the draw against Lily Crossu. High floater controlled by the Wildcats. And they have a break. This is their best player, and she's going to shoot and score. And you can see why. She handled herself beautifully, and Mira Flaherty makes it 5-2.
She just weaved her way through the defense and was able to put it one time and right past.
Score comes at 7:19. So Keenan and Flaherty have scored. And it's 5-2.
Pete, if we keep getting rapid-fire goals like this, we're never going to get the boys' game started on time.
Oh, yeah. That one was in jeopardy anyway.
Yeah.
The 3:30 start scheduled, but I don't think so. Again, Lily Crossu, and Sacchetti on the draw. This time Sean Gear, the official, will place the ball in the respective nets of the two players. Locks it up. Backs away and blows his whistle. It's going to go back. So Wildcats have won a few draws. Here's Flaherty again. She goes low, and it's an underhanded shot to the back line. Weymouth is there to gather it in on the missed shot. They'll retain possession. So Flaherty goes low that time. Flaherty has trouble picking it up. She picks it up. It's a save by Streisman.
Flaherty there trying to just push it through a bunch of defenders, unable to do so.
So Weymouth, can they inch closer, down 5-2? Off the left shoulder. It's the pass in front. Draws a double team. They'll take it back out. There's the shot there.
That's good.
And the score again, this time by Kendall Rogers.
Yeah.
Kendall Rogers makes it 5-3. Wow. Rogers becomes the third Wildcat to score. It's back to a 2-goal game. Well, we said that Coach Carino said that Weymouth can score.
Yeah.
They've done that. Not sure their defense is the strongest around, but it's going to be a high-scoring affair, it looks like. Weymouth, the 26th seed in the tournament. Franklin, number 7 in the tournament. Lily Crossu and Sophia Sacchetti on the draw once again for the 10th time here today in the first quarter. And again, the Wildcats win it. And this is Flaherty. Mira gets through one. She'll backpedal it out. Flaherty is a senior. He is one of their 4 captains.
She doesn't necessarily look like a senior, Pete. She's one of the smaller young ladies out there.
Yes, for sure. Wildcats take it behind the goal. And we're finally more than midway through the first period. This is Flaherty again. Draws the double team. Spins through two.
Nice move.
Comes through and
She
scores again.
Yeah.
She gets through two. And Flaherty makes it 5-4. Flaherty with 2 goals. She dropped one Franklin player down just inadvertently, so she then had one-on-one, got by her, took it down, took it low, and got it by Streisman, and it's a 5-4 game. 3 straight goals pumped home by the Wildcats after trailing 5-1. It's a 5-4 score.
Flaherty, just noticing as they're lining up for the face-off here, Flaherty has her hands on her hips, so she's already worked very hard just over 6 minutes into this.
And as you said, Jay, not a big girl.
No.
Very smallish in stature. And Franklin tries to win it. They finally win one. So that'll help winning the face-off there, drawing a foul. The Panthers looking to expand their lead again. It's slim at 1.
Well, best way to keep it out of Flaherty's stick is to win the face-off and hold on to it for a little bit.
Consigli for the Panthers. Vera Hansen with a touch. Blagastainer. Sophia Sicchetti. Skip pass for Flynn. Spins through, shoot. Oh, that's a fantastic goal by Julia Flynn.
Move. Nice spin move there. Kind of almost like a pump fake, Pete. Then she spun around to her right and was able to get it in.
Her second goal of the game, so that opens it up just a bit more. 6-4. Franklin stops the run of 3 straight goals by the Wildcats. Oh, just a fantastic move by Julia Flynn. She is a terrific player, not just scoring, but watch her on loose balls, ground balls, 50-50 balls. She's always right there. Sicchetti and Crossu. No, that's not Sicchetti this time on the draw. It looks like it's going to be Kendall Moan taking the draw for the first time.
Yeah, I saw 2 girls switch sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if Sicchetti, has a more face-off oriented stick.
Oh, this is Blagastainer with the draw. And Clara tries to win it. It's kicked around, and Clara can't handle it. It's still loose. It's still loose and a foul on Franklin. And so it'll be Wildcat ball. So Blagastainer took the draw. I thought maybe it's usually Kendall Moan, but Blagastainer had it. She won it, but the Panthers couldn't control it. And here come the Wildcats back. Franklin seniors are all done with their classes. They await commencement on Friday. Must feel good to get your classes out of the way.
A lot of them have been done for a while, Pete.
Yeah,
they do,
that's true.
Here in Franklin, the senior project.
Yeah.
So a lot of them do things that are outside of the school building.
Flaherty, oh, great control of the ball. Wow, she is a talent. Mira Flaherty is a senior. There's the pass there. The shot is wide by Rogers, who had an earlier goal. We have 3:47 to go in the period. Franklin up by 2, now a foul, and now the Wildcats will have their first free positional at the 8-meter mark. And this is going to be Kendall Rogers. Rogers off the left wing. Not the greatest angle, and she won't attempt it. She'll drop it back out, and they'll work it around again. Hansen on defense, gets some help from Flynn all over this player.
Great defense there.
Flaherty with a nice pass in front. The shot is past everybody, but the Wildcats first to the ball. They'll continue the possession. Flaherty again. Loops one. Comes out deep for Lily Crossu. Now back to Kendall Rogers. Rogers can't get the shot off. Ball is on the turf, and the Franklin forces the turnover. Here comes Sophia Sacchetti.
Great job by the Panther defense staying on Flaherty, not allowing Weymouth to get her the ball.
Cross puts it in high gear, and she'll take it behind. Again, it's a freshman goalkeeper for Weymouth. Peterson will drop it back, and the Panthers will work it around. Callie Joyce is in the game for Julia Flynn. Under 2 to go in the first period. Sacchetti, around it comes. Cross took a blow to the face, knocked her goggles off. Looks like she's okay. Clock stopped. No, it's still running at 1:30 to go. So Cross will start behind. Blogensteiner charges through, goes low, and gets it through. Blogensteiner on the nice assist there from Flynn. And it's 7-4 with Blogensteiner getting her second goal. Goal comes at 1:19 of the first period. 3 Panthers with 2 goals, Blogensteiner, Consigli, and Flynn. Flaherty has 2 for Weymouth, and it's 7-4. Beautiful passing by Julia Flynn, and Blogensteiner did the rest. It's going to be Blogensteiner again against Lily Crossu on the draw. High ball. Oh, Flynn, she's just so good. Julia Flynn soared to pull it down.
Yeah.
Here she comes, Julia Flynn. Callie Joyce, Blogensteiner. 1:02 to go, first period. Franklin's so good at working it down, getting a good last shot. Generally speaking, they've scored so many goals with under 15 seconds left in a period.
Well, there's no need to rush, obviously. You've got a 3-goal lead. You might as well take some time off that clock.
Consigli almost stepped over the back line. 33 seconds to go. First period. Consigli, nowhere to go with it. Now the Panthers have to get to work. There's the pass in front for Flynn. And the save by Robeson. She knocked it away 18 seconds ago. Panthers still have it, though. Sacchetti. Franklin needs to move quick. This is Cross. She comes through. Ball knocked
down.
loose. And it's going to be a foul on Franklin. The ball will go over to the Wildcats. And that should end the first period. There's the horn. And the first quarter comes to a close, but not before 11 goals are scored, 7 by the Panthers, 4 by the Wildcats. And after one in the opening round, or the round of 32 here in the MIAA State Tournament, Franklin leads it in girls lacrosse 7-4.
Pete, that only took just under 30 minutes to finish that first quarter.
Yeah, that's a bit long. You know, looking at Weymouth, not a great record coming in, 6-14. They did have a choice win, however, against Natick, 10-9. But I want to talk about Franklin's last game. I teased that a little bit. Franklin had a game to close out the season at Concord Carlisle on May 22nd, just about a week or so ago. And Franklin lost that game, Jay, in overtime, 16-15 to the number 1 team in the state. Coach Igo Garino told me that said to us, we can play with anybody in the state. And what a boost that is, even though it's a loss, what a boost that is for this tournament, which is now in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get into a game, whether it's a regular season, even some schools going back to scrimmages at the beginning of the season, and you can hang with the number one team in the state. It gives you just so much confidence, and you're not afraid of anybody.
Exactly. And Franklin had a chance to win it. In overtime, Kristen said we had a couple of chances, but we couldn't score, and then quickly Concord came down and finished off. Franklin actually led in the second half by 3, but Concord just scored when they wanted to. Bing, 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 tied it up, and then they won it pretty quickly in overtime. But a great performance by the Franklin High Panthers. Looking at other sports, Jay, baseball won yesterday, softball won yesterday, so they both advance.
Yeah.
Baseball will have the winner of Xaverian versus Catholic Memorial. That's not an envious
That
task
is not
there.
at all.
Softball won big. I think it was like 21-1. Franklin defeated Durfee. I'm not sure who softball defeated, so they await news about where they're going to play next. Boys lacrosse plays next. Girls tennis, Jay, plays today at 4 o'clock at Wellesley. I believe the number 4 team in the state. So
Yeah.
girls tennis under Coach Bob Pinchton having a great year. They're the 13 seed. They'll be playing just about an hour and a half in Wellesley. That should be a good matchup. Boys tennis lost their opening round, so they're out of it.
It is a fun time of the year, Pete. And normally, hopefully, the weather's better than it has been. You know, today's a beautiful day.
Yes, 68 at game time.
Yeah, but for the athletes, it is, you know, they say that, and I don't know who they are, but they say that, you know, when you're on the turf, it adds 10 to 15 degrees to the temperature. And where the players are a little close to the trees, they don't get the breeze we get here raised up in the stands.
Right. These breeze must be a relief today. Here we go. Franklin going from right to left now, trying to build on their 3-goal lead to start the period. Sacchetti at top. Izzy Cross. Gabby Consigli will loop it. Hansen. Flynn directing traffic. Hansen. Flynn. Looking inside, they get the pass there. The shot is a little wide by Hansen, but good ball movement by the Panthers.
Yeah, keeping the ball moving, but not rushing into an ill-advised shot.
Sacchetti. Lagensteiner. Ball is on the turf. Scramble for it. Flaherty goes for it. So does Consigli. But Flynn always around the ball. See what they're going to call. Oh, they called a foul?
Yeah. Yeah, they called something on Weymouth.
It's going to be a free start at the 12-meter mark for Flynn. She is always around the ball. She's unbelievable. She'll just pass it to Blagensteiner. Cross. Sacchetti, nice catch. And she'll hold. Cross. Whistle and a foul. Izzy Cross will have it. And she'll be out at the 12-meter arc. No, she's moved to the 8-meter mark. This is a good look for Izzy Cross. Good angle, too, for Izzy. She's going to take it herself. She's going to shoot, and
Nice.
she's going to score. Izzy Cross opens up the second period.
Yeah,
with a
she
goal.
cuts in front of the net with the ball, fakes to the goalie's right side, and shoots it over her left shoulder. Nice shot.
For Cross, that's her first goal of the game. It comes at 9:48, and Franklin leads it 8-4. Talking to Coach Catherine Riley of Weymouth, I almost said King Philip because she's a graduate of King Philip. She said they had one game in which they were healthy, the first game. Since
man.
then, all games have had multiple players out, except today they have one player out. Multiple players out with sickness or injury. She emphasized multiple. And they're a
Makes
young
it
team to
hard.
boot. Yeah, and a young team to boot, too.
It's hard to get any consistency and develop cohesiveness when you're missing so many players.
Flaherty. First real possession, I think, of this quarter for the Wildcats. They did have a run of 3 straight goals, more than midway through the first period. This is Flaherty. She has 2 of them. Lily Crossu with it. Picked up by Lovell. And ball, Maeve Grasso was going to steal it for the Panthers. Maeve Grasso, the captain, wins the ball. She's heavy defended, but she does get it over to Juliana Owen. She loops one, picked up in there by Erin Peterson, who comes to midfield and beyond with 8:48 to go in the period. Foul play on for Peterson. Takes another hit. She's going to play on again. Here's Cross.
Nice job there by the Panthers.
Consigli. Vera Hansen. Good to see Vera. Speaking of injury, she was out a good deal with an injury, but she's been back playing the last several games. And taking a hit again is Izzy Cross. 2 number 10s matched up there. Macy Lippincott and Cross. And Franklin will have the start again. Behind the goal. In front, Blogensteiner. She shoots, and it's blocked.
That was off the post.
Post, yeah.
Yeah.
What a look for Blogensteiner. She almost had her 3rd goal. Ball comes back out now to the Wildcats. And they'll slow things down and deep in their own end. This is Kira Keenan. Ball on the turf. A nice scoop there by Vanessa Verlico. And here come the charging Wildcats with Verlico in control. #13 is Samantha Lindblom. 7:25 to go in the second period.
It's interesting to watch. Bissinger is on Flaherty for Weymouth, and they're always pointing to her. They're always yelling out. So the teammates know where that Weymouth's best player is.
Drawing a double team, getting a shot off somehow was Lindblom. Not a great shot. Goes to the back line. Weymouth covers it. Under 7 left, second period. Franklin on top, 8-4. Flaherty shoots,
what a
and
shot.
she goes upper left side. Flaherty
Yeah, right
scores
over
it.
the stick side shoulder of the goalkeeper. She got it right in that upper corner, Pete. What a nice shot.
Her 3rd goal of the game for Flaherty. Wow. So Rogers has 1, Keenan has 1, Flaherty has 3, and Kira Keenan has 1. 8-5 is your score again. Back to a 3-goal lead. First goal by Weymouth this period. Franklin only with 1, so the scoring has slowed down from a torrid pace in period number 1. It's Blogensteiner on the draw against Lily Crossu. Weymouth has won its share of draws, but Blogensteiner has done well in this role. I don't recall her taking many, if any, draws earlier in the season. It's usually Kendall Moan. 6:36 left, second period. 8-5, Franklin on top. Oh, the ball had a wicked spin on it.
It did.
And look at who's with the ball, Julia Flynn. Flynn gets the pass
what
up.
a nice pass.
cross. And now Franklin will slow it down. Sacchetti for Bloggensteiner. I've never seen anything like Julia Flynn's ability to dig out loose balls. Look at that play by Flynn, keeping the ball in her net. Down low, Liza
nice
Kudish.
save.
The save by Robeson. Delaney Robeson, the freshman, comes up big, and it stays 8-5, under 6 to go in the second.
Yeah, that was point-blank range.
Lily Crossu has it. She'll take it upfield. Still holds, still with it. Can't get the shot off. Drops it for Flaherty. Franklin's had one 4-goal lead, 5-1, but Wildcats have hung close. Oh, that shot was just too high. She had a good look at it, but she stumbled and the ball just went way high. Looks like she's a little bit dinged up. Kendall Rogers, she'll play on with 5:12 left in the second period. She was tripping and couldn't get the ball down. It soared over the crossbar. Back out it comes to Keenan. This is Kira Keenan. She'll leave it for the talented Mira Flaherty. She's going to shoot. Oh, what a save by Streisman. She goes high to take it just under the post, just under the crossbar. The save of the game for Maisie Streisman, the senior in her own right. 4:35 to go. Franklin 8, Weymouth 5. Vera Hansen. Some now pressure upfield by the Wildcats. They need the ball. This is Morgan Lovell, cross midfield. She snaps it up to Izzy Cross. Cross takes a bump, comes through right in front, loses control, regains, struggles for it. And let's see, they're going to give her no, they're going to say a foul on Cross.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Weymouth.
The ball will go the other way with 4 minutes to go in the first half. The Wildcats hanging around in this one. With it is Macy Lippincott. And a whistle stops play. No timeouts yet in this game. Sent up to Kira Keenan. This is she with it. Gets by 3, takes a hit, and will continue on with it. Keenan. Oh, there's a nice steal by Flynn. Over to Lovell. She takes a hit, and she's going to slow down. She wasn't quite geared up, and she's going to get the free start here at just below midfield. 3:21 left in the first half. Franklin 8. A foul, a penalty is called. It's on Kira Keenan. She's out for 2 minutes. Franklin will go a player up here with 3:21 to go. See if the Panthers can take advantage. That's why the play was halted. This is Flynn. Franklin with a player advantage. Bloggensteiner, 2 goals to her credit so far. Drops it over her shoulder to Flynn.
Yeah, no need to rush here. You have the 1 player advantage.
Flynn and Bloggensteiner play catch. Flynn now moves it forward. Consigli looking for a cutter in front. Goes back the other way. In front, this is Flynn, and she takes a wicked hit. And Flaherty.
Oh, that's going to go against Franklin.
Wow, they call that. Yeah, you saw Flaherty kind of happy about it, so it looked like it was not against her. Now she takes a bump, and she'll continue on. Mira Flaherty picked up there by Gabby Consigli. Coming through, ball loose. Wildcats still have it. This is Isabella Duggan. And they'll send it down with 2:09, 48 seconds to go on the penalty to Keenan. And the Wildcats will eat some clock.
Yeah, it's to their advantage here to just kill the clock as much as they can so they can get back to even strength.
New look out there is Molly Keenan. This is Molly Keenan. Picked up by Hansen. 16 left on the penalty, 1:34 left in the half. Molly Keenan holding it a long time. Picked up by Lovell.
Long enough here to kill that penalty off.
Penalty's up. Out top. Time winding down in the half. Kira Keenan off the penalty area in the game. This is Flaherty. She shoots, and Maisie Streisman snatches it out of the air with less than a minute to go. Another good save by Streisman. She had two nice ones in a row. 50 seconds left. Franklin in control now.
Flaherty for Weymouth not having the second period like she had in the first. She's can almost see a little frustration on her.
Franklin up by 3. Coming up on 30 seconds to go. First half. Peterson takes a bump. Clock stopped with 19.8. Here we go again. Peterson. And that was Callie Joyce. Save. Here's Sacchetti coming through, and she draws a foul. With 6.9 seconds to go. Sophia Sacchetti off the 8-meter mark. On the left side, see if Sophia will take it against the freshman. She charges. She gets through. She shoots and she scores. Sophia Sacchetti, as the Panthers have done many times, they score in the last 15 seconds.
Great job there by the Panthers, really working that clock down. Fortunately, had a couple of whistles in their favor that stopped the clock, but able to score with 2.4 left in the first half.
Sacchetti with her second goal, joining teammates with 2. Bogensteiner, Gabby Consigli, and Julia Flynn. And Izzy Cross has the other goal. A beautiful goal makes it 9-5. After one, it was 7-4. So Franklin outscored Wildcats 2-1 in that period, and they lead it at halftime by the score of 9-5. So one thing about Weymouth, Jay, they have some talented players, and you can see them. They fought off that penalty very well, and you can see why it was a fairly close game, 18-10 when the two teams meet. That's exactly where we stand at this stage, Jay. If you double it up, it's at 18-10 again.
Yeah, it ended up, we had that flurry in the first quarter of all those goals, and then things really calmed down in the second period.
We're going to take a break for 4 minutes and come back, and we'll rejoin you for the start of the second half. We're in the round of 32 in the MIA Division I Girls State Lacrosse Tournament. The score at halftime, Franklin 9 and Weymouth 5. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Welcome back to Piscini Stadium on a spectacular day here in still the late stages of the spring. Pete Royce, Jay Horrigan, Meredith Robertson, your Franklin TV crew. And Jay, an interesting first half, probably much like the first game that Franklin won 18-10 here. They're halfway home, 9-5 at halftime.
Yeah, they started off with a flurry in that first quarter, scoring a bunch. Then kind of slowed the pace down in the second quarter, able to kind of stretch their lead a little bit, but in great position heading into the second half.
So 24 minutes left here at halftime. This is the round of 32. The Panthers, the number 7 team in the state. The Weymouth Wildcats, number 26. We get ready to go. Franklin will be going from left to right. Weymouth in the maroon and gold will be going from right to left, the goalkeepers. For Franklin, Maisie Streisman, the senior, and for Weymouth, the freshman, Delaney Robeson. The leading goal scorers for Franklin, Blogensteiner, Consigli, Flynn, and Sacchetti, each with 2, and Izzy Cross with 1. A hat trick turned in by their great player, Mira Flaherty, for Weymouth. She's got 3. Rogers and Keenan, 1 each. Here we go, the start of the second half. Sean Gear, the referee, has it all set. And on the draw,
there we go.
It was Blogensteiner who won it. Clara. She'll start up on the left side. Just underway. Windy conditions, 68 degrees, probably about 69 at the moment. 68 to start. And Vera Hansen will go to work.
Pete, if they take their time when they have possession, it keeps, not only does it keep them in control, but keeps the ball out of Flaherty's stick.
Yeah, that's one way to stop her.
Yeah.
Here's Cross. Down in front, Clara gets the left-handed shot. The
Nice
save picked up by Flaherty. Didn't take long for Mira to get control. Nice save, though, by Robeson. Ball almost picked off, but just over the outstretched stick of Sacchetti.
Back
it's
on
the
ground.
turf, and now Frank, who's got it? Julia Flynn. I'm telling you, she's tremendous on 50-50 balls. Flynn still roaring upfield. Leaves it for Sacchetti. Sophia, she's going to shoot. It's just too high and steered wide by the freshman goalkeeper, Delaney Robeson. Tell you, Jay, I've never seen anything like it, the way Julia Flynn can just come out of the pack with that ball.
Some people just have that knack.
And she shoots, it's just wide. Franklin back on it. This is Consigli. 1 penalty in the game, that's been it. It's against Weymouth, 2-minute call against Kira Keenan back in the first half. Izzy Cross. Consigli looking for a pass. She's going to pass it in front. Hansen goes down low. It's kicked out of there. The rebound, Blogensteiner. And was she, no, I'm sorry, Peterson, and she draws a foul. Erin Peterson will have it at the 8-meter arc. 9:48 to go in the third. Franklin up top. Peterson, she's going to bounce one and is kicked out of there by Robeson, and just making it in time was Consigli for the Panthers. Pass in front. Blogensteiner.
Nice.
She buries it for her hat-trick goal. Clara Blogensteiner makes it 10-5 Franklin. She's got 3.
Really nice pass there, setting up that goal.
So Franklin with his first 5-goal lead of the day. And Blogensteiner now with 3. Greetings. We have a booth visitor up here in the press box. Franklin TV alum Ryan Martin, the pride of the University of Maryland, has dropped by to say hello. That old Terp in the booth once again for Franklin. Good to see Ryan. The draw for Franklin, I think it's Blogensteiner again. Yes, it is. Clara Blogensteiner against Lily Crossu. She's held her own with the face-offs here today. 10-5 Franklin early on in the third period. Ryan Martin, a rising junior at the University of Maryland in College Park. Ball in the air. Leap for it. Who's got it? Well, Flynn almost. And it's a foul, and Flynn does win it. Franklin with that 5-goal lead now. Consigli to cross. Wind blowing here at Piscini. Blogensteiner shoots and scores off the left shoulder. Clara Blogensteiner, 2 goals in a row, her 4th of the game. That goal comes 26 seconds after her last goal. And Blogensteiner now with 4. 2 in each half, but this is only 3 minutes into the second half. 11-5, Franklin with the lead. They've actually scored 3 goals in a row if you count the last goal of the second period by Sacchetti. And Franklin's opened it up a bit. Crossu and Blogensteiner. Ball down on the turf. 2 players go down. A foul on Franklin. Going down hard was Mira Flaherty. And she'll win it, and she'll start it off for the Wildcats. Wildcats angling off to the side. They'll restart to the top. Back to Flaherty. She'll drop it.
It's interesting to watch the Franklin defense. When Flaherty gets the ball, the defenders all just kind of collapse on wherever she is. So there's 2 to 3 of defenders on her whenever she has possession and gets in close. There you go, right there.
Right on time. She gets by both. She's going to come through. She's going to shoot.
And she
has scored her 4th goal of the game. Jay, you were right on target, and she went right by the 2.
Yeah.
Now with 4 goals is Mira Flaherty.
And nothing on her trip to the net there. Nothing overly fancy. Just she's got some quick steps, and she's able to make girls miss.
And she picks her spot heading for the goal as well.
Yeah.
She's gone upper left side, now lower right. She kind of mixes it up using her full assortment of shots on goal.
You can see her right now with her hands on her hips.
Ball in the air. And it's won this time by the Wildcats, but stolen by Flynn. Again, takes the ball away, comes by 2, comes by 3. Flynn shoots, and it's
scored.
In. Julia Flynn earned that goal for the Panthers. It's 12-6, Franklin.
You know, just watching some of the body language of Weymouth, you saw a couple of girls there get frustrated. You know, they cut the lead by a goal, and then 10 seconds later, they give the equalizer back up.
Yes, exactly. It was 11-5. Now it's 12-6. Julia Flynn. Now she has 3 goals in the game. 2 in the first half. Her first goal of the second half comes at 7:49. Franklin on top, 12-6. Sacchetti and Blogensteiner again for the draw. No, this time it is Kendall Moan. So Moan normally is the backup face-off person, is in there, and she'll redo it again with Lily Crossu of Weymouth. So Moan is in there. Moan, the sophomore.
So now they'll do it side by side.
Referee not happy with the position of the ball in the respective sticks. She'll take the ball out and put it back in. Positioning all kinds of things there. She's satisfied. Whistle on the turf. Flynn, I think Finn fouled Flaherty.
Flaherty, yeah.
Flynn so aggressive, so good. 7:33 left here in the third. Franklin on top, 12-6. This is Flaherty. 4 of their 6 goals, Mira Flaherty. Pass in front. It's knocked in front of the crease and pulled out of there by Flynn.
Nice advancing pass there.
Franklin to midfield. And coming up is Aaron Peterson across the midfield stripe. Aaron. Sacchetti for Blogensteiner. Vera Hansen. Franklin with so many scoring players who are capable. That's the difference between them and Wildcats. You can see they have some scores, but it's mostly the Mira Flaherty show where Franklin can really spread it around.
Yeah.
They had 4 players with 2 goals at halftime. How do you stop that? Whereas Franklin needs to just shut down Flaherty and they'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
That's not an easy task, however. She's talented. This is Callie Joyce. Callie bag 2. She takes a wicked spill, and she should get a free positional hit at the 8-meter mark. Callie Joyce. Joyce, the sophomore midi, at 6:07 left. She's going to gather herself up. And here we go off the left arc. Joyce, the sophomore, not a great angle, but she's going to charge through, takes a hit. She shoots, is saved in there by Robeson. Another foul. Referee was reaching for his flag. He didn't throw it on the field.
Pete? Neither one of them have thrown it. They pull it out of their pocket
I know.
and wave
I thought he was going to throw it.
Yeah.
Here's Joyce again. She comes through. She shoots. What a save by Delaney Robeson. And now another call.
Flag.
And he reaches for his flag.
I think she got hit in the head again.
He doesn't pull it out. And Joyce for the 3rd time, this time dead on, right in the middle. Callie Joyce, 3 shots at it. Point
She's
blank.
going to be getting tired.
Yeah, she's been taking hits one after another, and she's not going to pass. She goes to Peterson. Oh, it hit the post, and it went in. Aaron Peterson scores. Wow. Aaron Peterson scored. How about Callie Joyce with the wherewithal to pass it over? And Aaron is on the board for her first time, and Franklin leads by 7 for the first time today. Score comes at 5:04. Beautiful play by Callie Joyce to Aaron Peterson. It kicked around, hit one part of the upright, hit the post, and went in.
I think Joyce was just tired.
It could have been. It could have been. 5:04 to go in the third period. So glad you're with us, fans, here on this round of 32 in the state MIA Girls Lacrosse Tournament. We're in Division 1. Franklin, the 7 seed against 26 seed Weymouth. Moan reaches for it, taps it, and tries to get it. She does. Kendall Moan, the sophomore, with a nice play. Morgan Lovell up ahead for Peterson, who just scored the goal, the 13th of the game for the Panthers. Sacchetti, she's got 2 goals here today. Joyce set up that last play for Vera Hansen, looking for goal number 1 for the talented player, Vera Hansen. In front, there's the pass. Blogensteiner goes up her side and bangs it home for her 5th goal of the game. Blogensteiner makes it 14-6. I like when they use all portions of that net. She goes upper cage and pumps it home just 34 seconds after the Peterson goal. And Blogensteiner now with 5. She's the leading goal scorer. Flaherty has 4 of their 6. Blogensteiner 5 of 14 for Franklin. Panthers now with their first 8-goal lead of the game.
Yep, Franklin in a commanding position.
Ball is on the turf. Flynn battling for it, racing for it. She's got it. Julia Flynn, tremendous player for the Panthers. She'll leave it for Blogensteiner. All she does is score goals and does plenty more, too. Clara, the freshman, for Hansen. Flynn takes a bump. Such a confident player. All these girls so confident, so deep in their lineup. That's what's hard to defend. Here's Hansen. She'll back it out for Flynn. Down low, the turnaround shot there is wide by Consigli. Franklin first to the ball again. Sophia Sacchetti digs it out.
Looked like the goalkeeper may have gotten a piece of that, Pete.
Flynn draws a foul, and she'll have to restart. This is out deep. Flaherty fouls, I believe, Flynn. 3:25 to go. The clock is moving here. Flynn will get it over to Callie Joyce. For Julia Flynn. Misfires, and Joyce, Cross saves it before it goes out of bounds. That would have caused a turnover. Izzy. Shot there by Sacchetti, and she scores it. Sophia Sacchetti makes it 15-6. 4 unanswered goals. Sophia Sacchetti, and she scores at 2:54.
The interesting, Pete, just watching the referee there, he had pulled his flag out of his pocket and waved it, and I think we would have had a penalty if not for the goal.
Okay. He's been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
15-6. You know, you mentioned the importance of the goal that Franklin had to counter the Flaherty goal. It made it 11-6. Since that point, Jay, Franklin has reeled off 4 straight.
Yeah.
That really was. And you mentioned the body language when they gave up that 12th goal. It's continued here to a 15-6. And that's what Franklin does. They come right back at you. They don't remember that they just scored upon. They just want to score themselves. And this is Blogensteiner. She goes down. Flaherty, but Blogensteiner held on to the ball. Now a late call. And Clara is going to have the free positional inside the 8-meter mark. Can she get goal number 6 at 2:27 to go in the third period? Not a good angle here for Clara. The talented freshman ready to go. Waits the whistle. And she's going to just back it out. Did not have an angle.
No.
Back for Callie Joyce. Callie, oh, her shot is just wide. She yanked it. And let's see, Franklin was back there. Izzy Cross with it. Under 2 to go in the period. Franklin's given up 1 goal this period. Gabby Consigli. Under 1:45 left. Blogensteiner fakes left, goes right, goes under, and scoops it in. Clara Blogensteiner with 6 goals today. And that goal comes at 1:32, and it's 16-6. Blogensteiner with 6 goals. Here in this period alone, she has 4. 4 goals this period. And it's 16-6. So here we go with 1:03 to go. The clock is running. I wonder if we're in running time now,
I think we
Jay.
are, Pete.
So this will be, if Franklin continues to hold the 10-goal lead, we'll be running the clock. Here's Peterson. Franklin can take a deep breath with the comfortable lead. Cross. Consigli. Now in the game for Franklin is Ruby Rizjan. Coach Cristinago Garino can go to her bench a bit now. A little bit more, I should say. 25 seconds to go in the period. Sigley. Cross. Charges through, has some space, she shoots, and she scores. Izzy Cross. They do it again, Jay. Score again with less than 15 seconds. That score came with 12.
Yeah, and that'll run out the period.
So Cross now with 2. And Franklin, in that period, outscored the Wildcats 8-1.
Pete, just looking at the clock, even if we do 12-minute running time, still not going to make that 3:30 start for the boys' game.
No, exactly. That was ambitious.
To begin with, you're right.
Jay, in the second half, Franklin has dominated. They've given up 1 goal each period, one by Flaherty in the third period, in the second period, and one by Flaherty in the third. Other than that, they've scored, let's see, 8, 9, 10 to 2 is your goal over the last goal differential in the last 2 periods. This one alone, 8-1, and then 2-1 in the second period.
Yeah.
So Franklin in control here. By the way, the winner of today's game will play the number 10 team, Andover. So Andover is the 10 seed. If Franklin wins, and that's a good possibility, they will host Andover. Now, this is interesting about Andover, Jay. They're the number 10 team, but they're 8-10 on the season, so a losing record. They did defeat New Bedford, the 23 seed, in an opening round game, 15-4, so a big win for Andover. But they've lost 10 games and they're ranked 10. Franklin will still have home field for that game if they win.
And Pete, that's the result of the power ranking system that we now have. A lot of it depends on who your opponents are, who you lose to, who you beat, and it's all done by mathematic equations here.
And here's Jay to explain how it works.
Yeah, I'm good. I was a math major for a semester.
Oh, boy.
May have spent a little more time in the pub than my calculus professor would have preferred.
But if you're talking to Cristinago Garino, the Franklin coach, said, had we defeated Concord Carlisle in that last game, they lost in overtime by 1 goal. He said, we still would have been ranked 7th. So it wouldn't have affected too much, although I thought that would be sort of get a lot of points if you defeat number 1, right? But she said, no, we probably still would have been entrenched in number 7. So she was happy with the way her team played in that game, as we highlighted earlier. Here we go, this fourth period. We'll see if we have running time. It should be with Franklin with the goal. Kendall Moan with the draw. Lily Crossu on the other side for the Marine in goal. Only 2 goals in the last 24 minutes for the Wildcats. And now it's a new face-off person. It's Samantha Lindblom. Franklin gets the ball to start the fourth period. This is Izzy Cross. Franklin with a great display of offense, varied scorers, multiple players with 2, and Blogesteiner with 6 for the Panthers. This is Callie Joyce. Liza Kudish is in the game. Cross behind the line. Kudish, and Liza Kudish scores to start the fourth period. So Liza joins the scoring parade, and her goal comes at 11:20, and it's 18-6. Liza Kudish at 11:20. The clock is running here. So, Jay, you've been asked to speak at any commencements in college or high schools?
No honorary degrees this year. As a matter of fact, I think they're reevaluating my original degree.
It's Kendall Moan with the draw. And taking it for the Wildcats is Samantha Lindblom, but Franklin wins it.
Geez, it fell out of her stick and then got picked up there by Sacchetti.
Sophia will slow things down for the Panthers. For Franklin now, Ruby Rizjan the freshman. Sacchetti, long reach. She's going to shoot. Whoa, a beautiful save, but it's going to be a foul. And Sacchetti will have one right in front on the 8-meter. She'll have it dead central for Sacchetti. Sophia already with 3 goals, looking for 4. Sacchetti, straight on. She's going to shoot, and it's saved by their goalkeeper, and that would be Delaney Robeson. Franklin gets it back, though, on the loose ball pickup. Foul now underneath. Again, frustration on the faces of the Wildcats. And a free start here for Izzy Cross behind the line. Christian.
Yeah, Pete, you brought it up. Just a little of you can see a little bit of the frustration on Weymouth. They've played really hard, but this is just an unrelenting offensive performance by the Panthers.
Yeah, Weymouth had it within 1, 5-4.
Yeah.
With about 6 minutes to go in the first half, but since then, all Franklin except for 2 goals. There's the left-handed shot, and Liza Kudish gets her second goal. Just inserted, Jay. She's got 2. Liza scores twice here. That comes at 8:48. Liza Kudish, and the route is on here in Franklin. The Franklin High Panthers, undefeated in the Hawk. Yeah, that's right. They are undefeated in the Hawk. You've lost 2 games, both non-conference. They lost early on in this season to Westwood here, 12-6, and they lost their last game 16-15 to Concord Carlisle, the number 1 team in the state, just about a week ago. 19-6, 8:05 to go. Clock moving here, running time here in the 4th period. False start. And we'll do it again with Moan. And now taking it again is Lily Crossu. So glad you're with us, fans, here on this round of 32. We're in the heart of playoff time here in the spring of 2025. And Moan takes a hit in the face and still has the ball over to Izzy Cross. Cross takes a bump. Again, that body language not good by Macy Lippincott. And Franklin will have it again. We're under 7.5 to go. Running time here in the 4th period. Franklin with the big lead. Cross off the left arc. 8-meter, not a good angle. And she's going to charge through, go sideways, and buries
scores,
it.
Yeah.
Izzy Cross pumps it home again. Franklin. Cross now with 3. Makes it 20-6. Goal comes at 6:57. And for Cross, her 3rd.
Franklin changing goalkeepers here.
Okay. So we'll check out who the goalkeeper is. Should be Cody Lai, I think. Let's see if we can pick her up. Yes, it's Cody Lai. She's a freshman, so good chance for her to get some game action. How about that? The freshman in goal for Franklin with 6:20 to go. Cody Lai, a freshman. One of 6 freshmen on the Franklin roster. See how she does. Moan wins the goal, fouled, and Flaherty draw the foul, and the Wildcats will have it. This is Mira Flaherty's been quiet here in the 4th period. 4 goals on the game. Only 1 goal this half by the Wildcats. Here's a free look for Kira Keenan. See what Cody Lai can do against this.
Yeah.
They have to back a player out of there. They're backing out, of course, Hannah Blogensteiner, the older sister of Clara. And also another new player in the game for Franklin is Claire Michelle. Cody Lai in goal now. See what she can do. Slow pace here. Here's Mira Flaherty. Nice pass in front. The shot and the
a
goal.
Yeah.
And that's a goal there by Kendall Rogers. So Lai had to get by her. 20-7. Kendall Rogers scored her second goal.
It was good to see the women's star, Flaherty, go up, who assisted on that, and give Rogers a big hug after she scored.
Great. 4:34 left in this one. So Franklin now is gone to its bench. A number of ways. Also in the game for Franklin is Ella DiStefano, a junior. Kendall Moan with the draw. Only one penalty in the game against the Wildcats in the first half. Clean second half. Long structure. Meanwhile, the clock continues to run. We're under 4 minutes to go. High in the air, and Crossu tries to win it, but Moan is there. And
whistle for Franklin.
Yeah, Moan takes a bump and wins the ball. Another foul. And coming out of the game now is Mira Flaherty. Flaherty comes out perhaps for the last time as a Wildcat.
I don't know what that whistle was for. If it was a penalty or...
Don't know. If they called her on it? I was thinking maybe Coach gave her a bow.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it was.
Catherine Riley. No, she is out on a penalty, Jay. You're right. 2 minutes on Flaherty. So she may still have a little bit of high school lacrosse left in her, but not much, as we're under 3 minutes to go. There's the shot there and the goal. Want to identify this player. It's a backup player for Franklin. And as soon as she turns, and
yeah, I know.
I think it's number 7.
Just
She
turn.
has that same angle. And here comes the turn, and
Yes,
it is.
7.
The goal is Emma Bissinger.
Yeah.
Bissinger makes it 21-7. Emma Bissinger. So Bissinger, the freshman, about that, gets a goal. 21-7. Still 48 seconds left on the penalty to Flaherty. And Franklin hustling after the ball. It's loose, controlled by the Wildcats. We're under 2 minutes left in the game. Foul on Franklin. Wildcats will have it. Again, Cody Lai in goal for Franklin, the freshman. And a whistle stops play and a timeout called. Wow, interesting. Timeout with 1:43 left. Well, Jay, the story of this game is multiple scoring for Franklin. I mean, they just threw everything at the Wildcats, and their depth paid off.
Yeah.
As here in this game, we've had a whole bunch of scoring in this half alone. We've had Flynn getting her fourth. Blogensteiner has 6 on the game. And how about Liza Kudish with 2?
Yeah. They, Franklin has clearly played a tremendous game. They've spread the scoring around, which bodes well for going forward.
Fans, stay tuned after this game. We'll be back probably in a half an hour. This one is over. And we'll have the boys lacrosse game, also the round of 32. The 12th ranked Panthers with a record of 14-5 take on number 21 Waltham, who has a good record, only one more loss than Franklin. They're 12-6. So they played 18 games to Franklin 19. But Waltham 12-6. They've had some choice wins on the season, so that should be a good game to follow, probably in about 25 minutes after this one is over. Franklin on top, 21-7. Wildcats with the ball, 24 seconds left on the Flaherty penalty. And perhaps 1:43 left. That's it for her high school career. She is a senior and a great player, Mira Flaherty. But she's in the penalty area now. Cody Lai in goal. 1:34 left in the game.
Franklin would love to stave off this penalty and not give up a goal here at the end.
Dancing around is Keenan.
Flaherty's back in.
1:10 to go in the game. Down low, nice catch there. The shot is too high to the back line and picked up in there by Wildcat Molly Keenan. 50 seconds left. This is Molly Keenan. Dropped. Scrum for it. Whistle. Franklin has it. Bissinger with it for Franklin. With 35 seconds to go. Can Franklin kill it off? Bissinger, a little pressure here now in the advancing zone by the Wildcats. They want the ball back, but Franklin takes it over. Now they lose it. And with it for the Wildcats is Julia Krassu. 15 seconds to go. The charge here, foul called against Emma Bissinger, and a free positional start if they can get it off in 6 seconds. I don't know if they can. Oh, they're going to speed it up to get the shot off. And the save by Lai. How about that?
Nice
She gets
job.
the save to end the game. She gets the save. Cody Lai, the freshman, gets a save. It's a beauty. She can say, I had a save in playoff field lacrosse.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, just a big victory for Franklin. They move on to the round of Sweet 16. They'll play Andover here at Varsity Stadium at a date and time to be announced. Big victory today.
Yeah, great job by the Panthers. Playing such a well-rounded player in Flaherty for Weymouth, they were able to kind of keep her under wraps, and then in the second half just expanded on a lead that they maintained from the beginning.
And so that's going to do it. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Remember, boys game coming up at about 4 o'clock or so. We have a chance to get that game in, amazingly. I don't know how. And that'll be Franklin against Waltham. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator here today. It's Meredith Robertson, among the first to arrive and the last to leave. She'll be working our second game as well. For my partner, Jay Horrigan, this is Pete Roy saying so long from Varsity Stadium. The final score for the final time today as Franklin advances to the Sweet 16, 21 over Weymouth 7. Till later this afternoon. So long, neighbors.